this is Mary Jane. This week I'm giving you an overview of all the expectations for the Genius Hour project. There's a written version available, but I also wanted to kind of walk through it orally just to make sure that all the items are clear. Please be assured that as we reach each section, there'll be further instruction and support. So this is just giving you an overview idea in all the sections. So the idea behind this Genius project is to give you the opportunity to plan the direction that you want to focus on of all the topics that we cover for the course. Because it is such an important part and sort of a culminating event of our course, it will be worth 40% of the grade, but please don't get worried about that. We'll be working on it in small increments, broken down in little parts, and there'll be specific instructions to follow for each section. So the different sections include the proposal, a timeline that you're going to develop for completing it, weekly progress reports in the journal, the final product, and then of course a presentation to the whole class. The first section that will be due is the proposal. That will be due February 6th. You'll be submitting a proposal, and basically you're just going to be completing a form. The form will ask you to decide on a topic, we'll ask for a brief outline of your plan, and we'll ask you to locate 2 library reference materials that will help you with background information on your topic. So that's what will be included in the proposal. The next piece is a timeline. You're going to create a timeline that's going to spell out how you're going to accomplish each task that you need to do to complete your project, and when you anticipate completing each of those tasks. The idea behind this is just to keep you on track and not let this go to the end where it could get very stressful. In order to communicate with me and for me able to provide individual help and assistance, I'm going to have you on a weekly basis making an entry in our Genius Hour project journal that will be starting the 30th and through the 24th of April when we're finishing this up. So each work week you'll be documenting your progress in the journal and should be discussing what you accomplished for the week, what caused you problems, and what assistance you might need from me. I will be looking at these on a weekly basis, and knowing what you need from me can help me respond to you and give you the support that you need. Okay, in the written instructions, we have an example of a strong entry and then a not so strong entry. The finalized project will be due by April 24th. It will need to be done then because the week after you'll be presenting in some format your project to the class. So if you can wrap it up by the 24th, that will give you time to make a nice presentation to share what you've accomplished. Now, when I say presentation, I don't want you to get nervous. You can really do this in a way that is comfortable for you. There's a variety of ways that you can do this. You might want to do a screencast, you might want to do a video or some other type of presentation. It really, what your project is might very well drive the very best way to present it to the class. So that's really up to you. But what I do ask is included is an overview of what your project was, the things that stood out as new learning as you worked on the project, some kind of visual of the project, either a photo, illustration, or video, so we can get a real, a visual picture of what you did. If you are sharing a video, please not as an MP4, upload it to something such as YouTube and share the link with us. It just works out better in Blackboard rather than MP4s, which are very large files. And then finally, what you'd be doing moving forward. During the week that we do the presentations, you'll also be providing constructive feedback for 4 of your peers using a feedback form. Now, this is the first year that the course is running, so unfortunately I don't have examples of projects yet to share with you, but I did want to give you some ideas because I didn't want you to become so overwhelmed with trying to think of what to do. Now, please don't think that the ideas that I'm giving you are ones that you have to choose. So perhaps developing a public service announcement related to fashion sustainability for the Stockton Student Television or now radio. Maybe creating an app of some sort related to fashion sustainability, or a website or digital story. Maybe you'd like to plan some kind of student action, clothing drive, or a volunteer effort, or a campus-wide awareness campaign to educate others on the aspects of fashion sustainability. If you have an idea and you're really not sure if it's okay or not, please just run it by me. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with. All right, something else that you might be wondering, can you work on this project with other students? I know that some students love group projects and some hate it, so it really is up to you. If you do decide to work as a group, I will ask that you submit your proposals separately, and that way it's sort of an acknowledgement that you are agreeing to work in the group. It can be the same information, obviously, if it's the same project, but the proposal should include the names of the group members who will be contributing to that project. If you are working as a group, in addition, you will need a specific plan on how to handle it if there's members of the group who are not contributing to the project. So what steps will you take if this happens? Please plan for 2 or 3 ideas for action before coming to me. And this will serve as a binding group contract. If you are working in a group, I will still ask you to do individual journal entries on a weekly basis because each group member may be contributing in different ways, and I kind of want to be able to keep track of who in the group is accomplishing what in any given week. Now, it may be that you submit your proposal thinking you're going to do this solo, but you find out someone else in the class is doing something very similar and you want to form a group at a later date. That would be fine with me. I just would ask that the groups be finalized before the timeline is submitted. So I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity on these expectations. Certainly reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd be happy to clarify.